I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. This is a created franchise on the video game MLB 20, the show. It's taken over. It's basically the team of actors from the MCU as baseball players. They've taken the space of the San Diego Padres in the National League West, as you can see from the standings. It's in the middle of April. The Avengers are 12-10, 2.5 games out of first place behind the first place Dodgers. Let's get this show on the road. Let's do this. So it's a 3-game set on the road in Chicago and Wrigley Field. Lost the first game 7-2, playing this middle game of the set. Let's go. Play game. Okay. Auto utilize. Play full game. We are the away team at Wrigley Field. Broadcast. Tom Hiddleston is the pitcher, and the lineup is just fine. There we go. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Welcome to a presentation of Major League Baseball as the Hollywood Avengers visit the Chicago Cubs here at Wrigley Field. And on the mound for Chicago is Brendan McKay, making his 5th start of the season. He is 2-0 with a 5.73 earned run average. And leading off for the Avengers is Tom Holland, hitting .429 with 4 homers.
The second baseman, Tom Holland.
And he grounds it to the shortstop. Fields fires, and there's one away. Starting lineup for the Avengers is Tom Holland at second, Anthony Mackie at short, Chadwick Boseman at third, Chris Evans behind the plate, Robert Downey Jr. at first, Mark Ruffalo is the designated hitter, Don Cheadle is in center, Idris Elba is in left, and Dave Batista is in right. Anthony Mackie is hitting .360. He's the man who plays Falcon in the MCU. Takes first pitch outside for ball 1. Cubs are 12-11, good for 4th place in the National League Central. Here's the next pitch. Outside ball 2, count is 2-0.
Outside, that's a ball.
3 balls, no strikes. Will he have the green light? Probably not. Sure, he'll take a strike. And he does. Hitters count 3 balls, 1 strike here with 1 out in the bottom top of the first. McKay deals. And he fouls off the fastball. Full count, 3-2. Grounds it to Frank Thomas at first, who takes it himself, and there's 2 away. Next up is Black Panther himself, the late great Chadwick Boseman, hitting .333 with a homer and 6 RBIs. And he pulls it to the shortstop. Fields fires, and the side is retired. So after half an inning of baseball, it is the Avengers nothing. The Chicago Cubs come to bat. Bottom of the first, on the mound for the Avengers is Loki, a.k.a. Tom Hiddleston, making his 5th start of the season. He's 3-1 with a 3.33 earned run average. And leading off for the Cubs is Robin Yount, Hall of Famer. .274 batting average so far in this early season. Outside corner, strike 1. Hollywood Avengers are 12-10, and that's good for 3rd place in the National League West. That's Robert Downey Jr. at first, Idris Elba in left. Hiddleston deals. And he fouls it off. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Yount. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the first.
Batting second, the second baseman, Biggio.
So Craig Biggio, 203, 2 homers, 7 runs batted in. That is also a 3,000 hit club guy in the Hall of Fame. Swing and a miss, strike 1, 95 on the radar gun. Craig Biggio played for the Houston Astros in the 80s and 90s. Oh, he hits it high and deep. Long run for Don Cheadle, who it comes off the wall. Backed up by Idris Elba, and by the time they get this ball in, it's going to be a stand-up triple with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. That's Biggio's 3rd triple of the season. Oh, misplay by Cheadle in center. So with a runner at 3rd and less than 2 outs, the big hurt Frank Thomas is hitting .293, 4 homers, 15 runs batted in. At the knees, strike 1. Frank Thomas played for the Chicago Cubs in reality. Inside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Thomas. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball. And the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Joe McDonald is the umpire calling balls and strikes today's game. And he lines it, but it will curve foul. Count remains 1 and 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 2 down. And he does not get the runner home. It's his 2nd strikeout in the inning for Hiddleston. So with 2 outs here in the first, George Foster is up, switch hitter, batting from the right side. I'm sorry, check that. Yes, the right side. Again, he's not a switch hitter. I don't know where I got that from. 261, 8 homers, 21 runs batted in. Grounds it to Spider-Man. Tom Holland throws to first, and they strand the runner at 3rd. So after an inning of baseball has been played, there is no score here in Wrigley Field. Bottom of the, no, check that, top of the 2nd. Chris Evans, Captain America, .292 batting average, hitting from the right side against the lefty McKay. And he pulls the curveball foul for strike 1. Outside, count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Evans. And he hits it high and deep, long run, and he will not get there. It's going to 1 hop to the wall in the right field corner. He's going to possibly make it all the way to 3rd, and he will. So it is a triple with nobody out here in the top of the 2nd. That's Chris Evans' first triple of the year. Just could not catch up to it. Deep in the right field corner. So Robert Downey Jr. steps up. 261, 3 homers, 11 runs batted in. It's in the dirt, blocked nicely by the catcher. Ball 1. Count is 1 and 0 on Tony Stark. Chris Evans leads off 3rd. Outside, 2 and 0. 3 balls, no strikes. In there, strike 1. Hitters count. 3 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Runner leads off 3rd here in the top of the 2nd. Swing and a miss over the top of the changeup, and the count goes full, 3 and 2. Low, ball 4, and now we have runners at 1st and 3rd, still with no one out.
That is good. The designated hitter, number 84.
The man who plays the Incredible Hulk in the MCU, Mark Ruffalo, steps up. Mark's hitting .260 with 3 homers and 15 runs batted in. And he hits a deep drive to center. Playable, but will most likely be a sacrifice fly and an RBI, and it is. So on the sacrifice fly by Mark Ruffalo, the MCU takes an early 1-0 lead here in the second.
The center fielder, number 10.
Don Cheadle, War Machine, hitting .362, 2 homers, 11 runs batted in. There's 1 out here in the second. Runner leads off first. Out in front of the cut fastball for strike 1. In the dirt, bounces in front of the plate. Runner does not advance. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike on Cheadle. Backdoor cut fastball, swing and a miss, way late. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on War Machine. Count evens at 2-2. Grounds a nice diving play by, from his, wow, what a play. What a play by Frank Thomas. Dives to his left, down the first baseline, touches the first base, and then from his knees throws to second to get the tag on the runner for a double play. And after an inning and a half, it's Hollywood Avengers leading 1-0, but it could have been more. So bottom of the second, Andrew Jones, center fielder, hitting .312, steps up against Tom Hiddleston. It's a line drive to center, long run for Cheadle, and he makes the catch. The shift was on, so he was playing him to pull. So actually a long run for that play. Defense for the Avengers in the outfield from left to right is Idris Elba, Don Cheadle, Dave Batista. And in the infield from left to right is Chadwick Boseman, Anthony Mackie, Tom Holland, Robert Downey Jr., with the captain Chris Evans behind the plate. So with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning, it's Austin Meadows hitting .273 with 3 homers and 11 runs batted in. In there, strike 1.
0-1.
And he grounds it to the pitcher, fields, fires, and there's 2 down. Nice play by Hiddleston. Showed some athleticism, bouncing off the mound like that. So Robinson Cano, who is the designated hitter, had been cold in his last 7 games, but overall he's hitting .324 with 2 homers, 13 runs batted in. Inside corner with the slider, strike 1. And he fouls off the 2-seam fastball. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Cano. And he hits a deep drive towards that right field corner, and it's going to one-hop the ivy. Batista fields it, fires, but it's going to be a 2-out double for Robinson Cano. That's his 3rd double of the season. So with 2 outs, there'll be a runner in scoring position. Stepping up to the plate for the Cubs, Brian Anderson hitting .228, 3 homers, 10 runs batted in. Chance to drive in a run with a single here in the bottom of the second. And the slider's outside, ball 1. And it is a lazy fly ball to center. Cheadle is there. He makes the catch to retire the side. So they strand 1. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And at the end of 2 innings of play, it is the MCU 1, the Chicago Cubs 0. Top of the 3rd. Idris Elba steps to the plate. He's been cold lately. Overall, he's hitting 276 with 2 homers and 10 RBIs. The man who played Heimdall in the Thor franchise in the MCU steps to the plate. Checks his swing, low, ball 1. And he hits a lazy fly ball to center. Andrew Jones is there. He makes the catch, and there's 1 away. Dave Batista, a.k.a. Drax the Destroyer, hitting 280, 4 homers, 11 runs batted in. Takes low, ball 1. Dave is a former WWE professional wrestler. And he pulls the cut fastball down the left field line, but it curves foul. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Batista. Line drive over the head of the second baseman into right. It's going to be a 1-out single for Batista. And the Avengers has a base run.
Now batting, second base.
Not with the pitch, line drive. So the lineup turns over for the Avengers. Tom Holland steps in for his second plate appearance. Tom grounded out in the first. He's 0 for 1. He leads the team in batting average in April. He's hitting .424. Cut fastball is low, ball 1. And he hits a shallow fly ball to left. George Foster is there. He makes the catch and there's 2 away. And Spider-Man is 0 for 2.
Number 9.
Next up is Anthony Mackie. Mackie's 0 for 1 in the ballgame. He grounded out in the first. Batista leads off. And the pitch is outside, ball 1.
Count 1-0.
Mackie brings a 10-game hitting streak into this game. And he grounds it up the middle, scoops it, takes it himself. Yount steps on second to retire the side. So, after 2.5 innings of baseball, the Hollywood Avengers have a 1-0 lead. So we go to the bottom of the third. Brett Cumberland steps to the plate. He's the number 9 hitter today. This is his first action here of the season, first at bat. And he pulls it hard down the right field line into the corner. Batista races over. It ricochets off of the corner wall, and that's his first major league hit. Could have been a double had it gone into the corner, but he'll take it. It's a single. He leads off the third with a hit, and that's his first Major League Baseball hit. He'll take that baseball and put it aside for him. Collectible. Souvenir, if you will. So, lineup turns over. Robin Yount steps up. He struck out in the first. He's 0 for 5 in this series so far. And it's at the corner, at the knees, strike 1. Cumberland leads off first. There's nobody out here in the third. And he skies at the center. Long run into the gap for Don Cheadle. At the warning track, he makes the catch. Fires it to the cutoff man. The runner will return to first. So there's 1 out here in the third. Nice play by Don Cheadle.
Second baseman,
Craig Biggio hit a triple in the first inning. Steps in for his second plate appearance. He has a runner at first, 1 down here in the third. He's got a wide strike zone, so called it a strike. Grounds it. Strong throw by RDJ to second for 1, back to first. It's a double play inside retired. A 3-6-1 double play started by Tony Stark. And at the end of 3 innings of play, it is the MCU 1, Chicago Cubs 0. Leading off the top of the fourth, the late, great Chadwick Boseman, T'Challa, Black Panther. He's 0 for 1. And he pulls it down the line, and it goes foul. Strike one. Pitch is low, ball one. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on T'Challa. Strike, inside corner, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Bozeman. Did he check it? Yes, he did. The ball is in the dirt. Count evens at 2 and 2. Did he go? No, he did not. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top of the 4th. Here comes the payoff pitch by McKay. Ball 4, he walks him. So the Avengers have the leadoff man on here in the 4th.
Now batting, the catcher.
Next up is Chris Evans. Evans had a triple and a run scored in his first at bat. Steps in with Bozeman. Pitch out, nothing doing. Chadwick was not stealing on the play. Chris Evans has 8 RBIs in his last 10 games. Outside ball 2. Count is 2-0 on Evans, Captain America.
Nope.
3-0. I'm sure he has the red light. Lets the pitch go. It's called a strike. Hitters count 3 balls, 1 strike, no one out here in the top of the 4th. Bozeman leads off first. And it's a line drive, but right at the second baseman who makes the catch, and there's 1 away. Hit it right to Biggio. So, Robert Downey Jr. walked in the 2nd. No official at bat. Steps in against McKay. Just gets a piece of the cut fastball, striking. Quick throw to first. T'Challa is back. Pitch is low. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Downey Jr. Change up low, 2-1. Outside, 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Quick throw to first. Keeping Bozeman close over there at the bag. Hitters count. McKay deals. Swing and a miss over the curveball. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Will the runner be in motion? Fouls it off. Count will remain full. Here comes the payoff pitch yet again. Oh, he hits it deep. It is high and deep, but it's caught at the warning track for the 2nd out here in the 4th. He gave it a ride, but wrong part of the ballpark here in Wrigley. So Mark Ruffalo hit a sac fly and an RBI in the 2nd, responsible for the only run on the scoreboard so far. And he throws cut fastball outside and low for ball 1. Quick throw to first. He's back in. So Mark Ruffalo's hitting .260 on the season. Again, another throw. So 2 down here in the top of the 4th. Checked his swing inside, 2-0. Three balls, no strikes. Don Cheadle is on deck. Inside ball 4. So we have runners at 1st and 2nd with 2 down. McKay's having difficulty finding the strike zone. So War Machine will step to the plate. He grounded out in the 2nd. He does a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. And it's low ball 1. And he's a little late on the fastball, 95 miles an hour on the radar gun. And the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Cheadle. This time he pulls the cut fastball foul to the left side. The count is 1-2. Checks his swing. Cutter is inside. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grounds it. Nice play by Frank Thomas. The big hurt takes it himself to the bag and the side retires. They leave 2 runners on. And after 3.5 innings of baseball, the MCU still has a 1-0 lead here at Wrigley. Bottom of the 4th. Stepping up to the plate is the big hurt Frank Thomas. He struck out in the first. He's hitting .290, 4 homers, 15 runs batted in. And Loki deals. And he lines it. Nice running play by Dave Batista for the first out of the ball game. He got a good jump on it. Shoestring catch. Let's look at the replay. Let's see. Nice shoestring catch. Kept his balance. So, 1 pitch, 1 out. George Foster steps up. He grounded out in the first. He's 0 for 1. And he fouls off the fastball, 96 on the gun. Strike 1. George Foster played for the Cincinnati Reds in the 70s. Outside corner with the slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. I think he hit 50 home runs in a season during a time when guys didn't hit 50 homers. Fouls it back to the screen. Count remains 0-2. Fouls it back again. 0-2. Just off the plate inside. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Foster. You can tell by those sideburns he's definitely a player from the 70s. Those lamb chops. Just misses outside with the fastball. Hiddleston thought he had him, but the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Count goes full, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and there's 2 down. That is the 3rd strikeout by Loki. Here's the replay. Terrible replay. Anytime a pitcher gets the replay on a strikeout, it should be from over the shoulder of the pitcher, so you can see the location of the strike. In any event, there's 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Andrew Jones, an Atlanta Brave in real life, outside low with ball 1, hitting .308 in this fictional universe. So the slider finds a strike zone to even the count 1-1. Swing and a miss. The inside fastball. Count is quickly 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's the 4th strikeout from Hiddleston, and the side is retired. 4 shutout innings so far, and he has a 1-0 lead here at Wrigley Field. Top of the 5th. Idris Elba steps up. He's 0 for 1. McKay deals. Inside ball 1. Just gets a piece of the fastball. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Idris. Line drive down the left field line, and it will go into the corner. Roll all the way to the wall. It's going to be a stand-up double for Idris Elba to lead off the top of the 5th inning. They have a runner in scoring position, his 4th double of the season. Here's the replay.
Batista.
No chance on the ball for George Foster in left. So next up is Drax the Destroyer. Had a single in the third. Takes low ball one. He's hitting 289, 4 homers, 11 runs batted in. Elbow leads off second. Inside ball two, 2-0. Dave is hot in his last 3 games. He's 6 for his last 12. And he pulls the fastball foul for strike 1, out in front a little bit. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Grounds it down the third base line, and it bounces off, ricochets off the corner, but it's going to be, oh my goodness, it's going to be an RBI single. He tried to advance to second unnecessarily, got called out at second base. So the bases are empty with 1 out, but the Avengers now have a 2-0 lead. So Tom Holland is 0 for 2 today. He takes ball 1 inside. Again, the MCU leads 2-0 here in the 5th. And he swings and misses over the top of the change of speed. The count is 1-1 on Spider-Man. And he swings at a pitch out of the strike zone. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Tom Holland. Jams him. Craig Biggio is there, short right field, makes the catch on the pop-up. There's 2 down here in the 5th. And next up is Anthony Mackie, or the Falcon, as he is called in the Marvel Universe. And he jams it. Easy play for Robbin Yount to retire the side. So after 4.5 innings of baseball, they get another run on the RBI single. And it's Hollywood Avengers leading 2-0. All right, so something's wrong with Heidi's microphone. We're going to have to get back to her later on in the game. Bottom of the 5th, Austin Meadows steps to the plate. He grounded out in the second, hitting 269 on the season. Loki deals. At the knees, strike 1. Swings and misses out in front of the change of speed. Count is 0-2. Just misses outside with the 2-seam fastball. Count is 1-2 on Meadows. And he waits on it, pulls it foul. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 1 down. Hiddleston, his 5th strikeout. He struck out 3 of his previous 4 batters.
The designated hitter, Robinson.
So Robinson Cano, the designated hitter, steps up. He had a double in the 2nd inning, 2nd plate appearance. Fastball's in there, strike 1 at the knees. Hitting .333, 2 homers, 13 runs batted in. Fastball's outside. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike on Cano. Grounds it to Robert Downey Jr., who takes it himself to the bag for the 2nd out here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 quick outs for Hiddleston. Brian Anderson is 0 for 1. He flew out in the 2nd inning. He's hitting .225. And he hits it down the left field. No, checked at the right field line. And it caroms out. Oh, misplayed by Batista. But it'll end up being a double regardless. So with 2 outs here in the 5th, they have a base runner in scoring position in Anderson. Slices it down the line. And he misplays the carom off of the side fence. So with 2 outs, Brett Cumberland, the rookie, who singled in the 3rd, his first hit of his Major League career, now has a chance to get his first RBI. Swing and a miss, strike 1 inside corner. He is 1 for 1 for his career. Fouls off the 2-seamer, and he's quickly down 2 strikes. And he golfs it, but it's going to curve foul into the seats, and the count will remain no balls and 2 strikes. Pulls the fastball foul, and we'll do it again. So this 3-game set, Chicago Cubs won the first game 7-2. And he skies it, lazily fly ball the other way. Idris Elba is there. He makes the catch to strand the runner at second and retire the side. So 5 innings of baseball. It's an official game. And the Avengers have the lead. They're winning 2-0.
Your attention, please.
So taking over the pitching on the mound for the Cubs is Jimmy Cordero, making his 13th appearance out of the bullpen. He has no record. He has good ERA. It's 1.93 in 14 innings pitched. Chadwick Boseman walked in the 4th. Officially, he's 0 for 1. Steps in here in the top of the 6th. And he hits a line drive towards the gap, and it's going to drop in and make itself all the way to the wall. By the time that ball comes back in, he's going to stand up on second base. So he leads off the 6th inning with a double, his 5th of the season. Let's watch the replay. High fastball, and he just went with it. Didn't try to pull it, and it found the gap. So next up is Chris Evans, Captain America, who bats from the left side now against the righty. And he pulls the changeup foul for strike 1. Chris Evans is 1 for 2 with a triple today. Pulls it to the right side. It's a productive out. Runner moves to third with less than 2 outs. So with 1 down here in the top of the 6th, Robert Downey Jr. has a chance to drive in a run without the benefit of a hit. See if he can get the runner in. Oh, and he does. It is high and deep. It is Gonzo, ladies and gentlemen. That is Tony Stark's 4th home run of the season, a 2-run shot. He is Iron Man. And the score is now 4-0 Avengers. Here we go. Boom. No doubt about it. Looking to hit a sac fly and turn into a 2-run homer. So the score now is 4-0 Marvel Universe. Here with 1 out in the top of the 6th. The Hulk steps up. Swings and misses out in front of the slider. He walked in the 4th inning. Line drive over the head of Frank Thomas, and it will roll all the way into the corner, the right field corner. And by the time they get the ball back in, he will be on second with a 1-out double. Mark Ruffalo just hit his 5th double of the season, so he's standing on second with 1 out. Don Cheadle steps in. Again, it's another switch hitter batting from now the left side. Oh, and he hits it deep, but playable. He makes the catch. Strong throw back in, no tagging. And there's 2 down here in the 6th.
Now batting, number 63.
Idris Elba is 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. He has a chance to drive in Mark Ruffalo from second base with a single. Did he check it?
Did he go?
No, he did not. According to the first base umpire, he broke his wrists. So that's strike 1. Count as 0-1 on Elba. Ball 1, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Cordero has not fared well in this relief appearance. It's a line drive that will find its way out to George Foster for the final out, but not before Robert Downey Jr. did this. Hit this 2-run home run here in the 6th inning in order to give the Avengers a 4-0 lead. Bottom of the 6th. Lineup turns over again for the Cubs. Robin Yount steps up. He's struck out. He's lined out. He is 0 for 2. Hiddleston is in there for the 6th. He is in the process of throwing his shutout. Fastball's outside, ball 1. In there, strike one. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike on the out. He outplayed shortstop, center field for the Milwaukee Brewers. Hall of Fame player, 3,000 hits. Fouled it off, strike 2. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes on the out. Player from the 80s. Grounds it, past the diving attempt by Robert Downey Jr. and into right field for a single. So Yount leads off the bottom of the 6th with a hit. So next up is Craig Biggio. Biggio's 1 for 2 with the triple. He's 2 for 6 in this series. Oh my goodness, I think it's a double play, and it is. 3 unassisted double play by Robert Downey Jr. Caught the line drive, tagged the runner before he was able to get back to first, and there's suddenly 2 down here in the 6th, and the bases are empty. Frank Thomas is 0 for 2. He steps up, and he fouls it down the first base line for strike 1. Strike 2. Count as quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on the Big Hurt. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Side retired. That's 6 shutout innings for Loki. The MCU leads 4-0.
Your attention, please.
Top of the 7th, Sean Gilmartin takes over the pitching for the Cubs. This is his 8th appearance from the bullpen. His record is 2-0 with a 6.92 earned run average. It's not a pretty ERA. Dave Batista steps to the plate. 2 lefties are warming up in the Cubs bullpen. Dave is 2 for 2 with an RBI. Checks his swing, pitches inside, ball 1. And he fouls off the fastball, strike 1. Slider backdoors him outside strike zone. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he goes after the inside curveball, pulls his hands in, but laces it foul. Count as remains 1 ball and 2 strike on Batista. Did he check it? Yes, he did. According to the first base umpire, count is 2-2.
What you got?
No, he did not go. Count goes full. So he works his way back to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. He hits a line drive, but right at Biggio at second for the first out. Hit it hard, but found the glove. Tom Holland is 0 for 3 today. Steps in for his 4th plate appearance. And he pulls a breaking ball foul, strike 1.
1-1.
Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Tom. Outside corner, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Spider-Man. Just gets a piece of the fastball to stay alive. Count remains 1-2. There is 1 out here in the 7th inning at Wrigley Field, and the Avengers lead 4-0. Line drive, which is falling, but nice catch. Nice running catch by the right fielder. And there's 2 away.
Now batting, number 9.
Anthony Mackie is 0 for 3. Falcon steps up with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. And he jams him a little bit. Shallow fly ball. Foster makes the catch to retire the side. So it's time for the 7th inning stretch. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. The Hollywood Avengers lead 4-0. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. George Foster steps up. Hiddleston is going for the shutout. He's in there for the 7th. He's pitched 6 shutout innings so far. And he's got the fastball in there for strike 1. And the slider's fouled back. Strike 2 on Foster. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 1 down. That's Hiddleston's 7th strikeout here in 6 1/3 innings. Andrew Jones steps up with 1 down in the bottom of the 7th. He's 0 for 2 today. Slider finds the outside corner for strike 1. Pulls it foul. Strike number 2. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Jones. Jams him. Fouls it back. Just gets a piece of the changeup. Stay alive. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's his 8th strikeout of the ball game. And there's 2 down here in the 7th.
The batter, the right fielder,
Austin Meadows, the right fielder, steps in with 2 outs. He is 0 for 2. And he lines it slicing foul towards the Cubs dugout. Strike 1. Swing and a miss at the 2-seam fastball. Count is 0 and 2 on Meadows. High strike. Catches him looking. He doesn't agree with the call, but it doesn't matter. It's a 1-2-3 inning. The 9th strikeout for Loki, and he has 7 shutout innings. MCU leads 4-0. Top of the 8th. T'Challa steps up to the plate. Chadwick Boseman has a double in today's ballgame. He's 1 for 2. Sean Gilmartin is in there still for a second inning of work. And on the first pitch, he pops him up right in front of home plate. Makes the catch, and there's 1 down. Next up is Chris Evans, 1 for 3 with a triple. Switch hitter now bats from the right side against the lefty Gilmartin. Inside ball 1. Attendance 39,566 at Wrigley. It is not a sellout. And he lines it down the left field line, checked at the right field line. It curves into the seats for strike number 1. And he pulls the change of speed. The other line. The count is 1 and 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 2 down. So Robert Downey Jr.'s last at bat, he had a 2-run homer. He's 1 for 2. And it's a line drive up the middle, and he's going to be 2 for 3. With 2 outs here in the top of the 8th, they have a base runner. In on his hands, and he just muscled it back through the box. Ground ball with eyes. Mark Ruffalo steps up. He has an RBI double today. Checked it. It's in the dirt. No advance on the bases. Count is 1-0 on Ruffalo. Chases a fastball outside of the strike zone. The count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Hulk. Swings and misses at the curve. Count is 1 and 2. A little late on the fastball. Count will remain 1 and 2. Downey Jr. leads off first. There's 2 out here in the top of the 8th. And he grounds it up the middle. Yount tosses it to second for the force to retire the side. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's the Hollywood Avengers 4, the Chicago Cubs, nothing. Stepping to the plate is Robinson Cano. He had a double in the second. He's hitting .329 on the season. And he pulls it foul into the seats. Strike one. Hiddleston is still going for that shutout. Slider fouled off. Count is 0-2. Getting ahead of the hitters. Just gets a piece of the two-seamer to stay alive. Count remains 0-2 on Cano. And it is a lazy fly ball to left. Idris Elba is there. He makes the catch, one away. Brian Anderson had a double in the fifth. He's 1 for 2. Steps in with 1 out. High strike. Count is 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And there's 2 down here in the 8th. That's Hiddleston's 10th strikeout of the game. Double digits in strikeouts. Two-seamer inside, jammed him. Couldn't get his hands, the barrel around. Cutting into the right-handed batters. Cumberland making his debut in the major leagues. He's 1 for 2 today with a single. At the knees, strike 1. And he pops it up. Mackey is there. Falcon makes the catch for the second out. No, check that. That's the 3rd out of the inning. And he's pitched 8 shutout innings. The Avengers lead 4-0 as we go to the top of the 9th.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
Ryan Butchter, is that how it's pronounced? His 11th appearance out of the bullpen. His record is 0-1, and his ERA is 3.27. He gets to face Don Cheadle, War Machine, who's 0 for 3 today.
The center fielder, number 10.
Outside ball 1. Cut fastball backdoors the strike zone. Finds the corner. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike on Cheadle. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
2 strikes.
Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he lines it to center. Andrew Jones is there. He makes the catch for the first out here on the top of the 9th. Cubs bullpen is active as Idris Elba steps to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a double today. And he grounds it. Third baseman fields to his left, fires across for the second out. Dave Batista's 2 for 3 with 2 singles and an RBI. He steps in with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Outside ball 1. Michael Feliz and Xavier Cedeno are warming up in the Cubs bullpen. Swing and a miss at a high pitch. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Batista. And he lines it, and it will drop in front of Foster in left field for a base hit. So with 2 outs, the Avengers have a base runner. That's his 3rd hit of the game. He's been hot. He hasn't been great in the outfield, but he's had it at the plate today. So, leadoff man Tom Holland steps up. He is 0 for 4 today and 1 for 9 in the series. He's hit a little bit of a cold spell. Batista leads off first. And it hits him. So, a hit and a hit batsman with 2 outs in the 9th to put runners at first and second. So, the Falcon Sam Wilson, a.k.a. Anthony Mack. He's 0 for 4 today, but he's got runners at first and second. And the first pitch, he grounds it to Craig Biggio. Scoops it out of the dirt by Thomas. Nice play to retire the side. So we go to the bottom of the ninth. Last licks for the Chicago Cubs. They need 4 runs to tie. Everything okay? Robin Yount leads off the bottom of the ninth. He had a single in the sixth. He's 1 for 3. Hiddleston is in there going for the shutout. And it takes it at the knees, strike 1. Breaking ball, strike 2. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Yount. And he lines it to center, and it is a single, a leadoff single for Robin Yount. Nice piece of hitting. Might have been a chance for Cheadle to make a diving catch, but with a 4-run lead, not really the smart play. Craig Biggio is 1 for 3 with a triple. He's 2 for 7 in the series. There's a runner at first and nobody out here in the bottom of the ninth. Pitches outside, ball 1. And he hits a lazy fly ball to right. Batista is there, and there's 1 down here in the ninth. Okay. Before Frank Thomas comes up, we'll go to the manager's office bullpen. And we're going to have Paul Rudd warming up and Jeremy Renner warming up, just in case things get out of hand. You never know. Line drive. Did he catch him? So he speared the line drive, but Robin Yount dove back to first under the tag. So there's 2 out here in the bottom of the ninth, and the Chicago Cubs are down to their final out. George Foster is 0 for 3. Yount leads off first. Here's the pitch. And it's a line drive base hit to center. And by the time this ball finds the infield, it is going to be... Wait, no! With 2 outs in the ninth, he tries for second base unbelievably and gets caught out at second to retire the side. The ball game is over. And it's a win, 4-0, to even this 3-game series. Tom Hiddleston, Loki, has a complete game shutout. That was terrible base running by the Chicago Cubs. But in any event, it's a 4-0 win for the Avengers. And let's do this the right way. So, Hollywood Avengers, 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. The Chicago Cubs, 0 runs, 7 hits, 0 errors. Tom Hiddleston is the winner. Brendan McKay is the loser. And Tom Hiddleston, who threw a complete game shutout, of course, with 10 strikeouts, is your player of the game. So this has been a broadcast of Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And if you like Dungeons & Dragons, we have D&D stuff on this channel. Please check it out. It's got its own playlist, Dungeons & Dragons. That's what we do on Monday nights here. So thank you so much for watching, and have yourself a great night.